Hey y'all, my name's Ben. I'm a hillbilly redneck Buddhist. I want to talk today about Trump and his pardons there, because he done missed one. But I'm gonna leave some links down below where you can read the justice.gov pardon page there and see everybody who's been pardoned, and it also has a phone. I'm gonna leave a phone number. You can call these folks, and an email where you can contact them and request a pardon, because Trump done missed one, okay? But so far since Trump been in his office, he has pardoned 5 folks here. Now, the first one was August 25th, 2017. Joseph Arpaio, I think is his name. He's a sheriff out there in Arizona. I ain't going to say nothing about him because I'm not a fan. I don't want to say nothing bad, but I think you should treat folks like you want to be treated. I think that's very important. And I have a feeling the sheriff there, the way he treats people, he would not like to be treated like that. Now, his offense was a contempt of court, and his sentence was not applicable, whatever that means. Now, the second person here, we got March 9th, 2018, was a Christian Mark Saucier. Now, I don't know if I pronounced that right or not, but this feller, what he did, well, his offense was unauthorized retention of defense information, and he was sentenced to 12-month imprisonment and 3 years supervised release, conditioned upon 6 months home confinement and the performance of 100 hours community service. Now, what this feller did, he was on a submarine there, a nuclear submarine maybe, I don't know. But anyway, he was on a submarine, and he took basically pictures of his cubicle. If he worked in an office, it was basically like his cubicle. And you can't do that. I mean, should this fella have been reprimanded? Yeah. Should he have been put in prison? Hell no. Okay? Because there's a congressman right now who's in jail, a former congressman, who was sending pictures of sexting underage girls, or at least one I know of, or I don't know of personally, obviously. But one, so he's in prison for these underage sexting or something like that. But he had classified documents on his laptop they done found. So, and he didn't get no trouble for that at all. So, I mean, there's other people out there who had classified information, and just like this fella didn't do any time. So, I totally agree with President Trump on pardoning this fella. Now, the next person is Scooter Libby. Not a fan. Now, Mr. Libby, basically what he done, or got tried, whatever, convicted of doing, I think he pled guilty to it. It's too complicated for me to really understand all the mess that was going on, but basically he identified some CIA agent. Okay, I'm not a fan. He was a Dick Cheney protege or something like that. His offense was obstruction of justice, false statements, and 2 counts of perjury. He was 30 months imprisonment, 2 years supervised release, $250,000 fine. Like I said, I'm not a fan, so I ain't going to comment no more on that. I'm not a fan. Now, the next fella we got here is Jack Johnson. Now, Jack Johnson was a boxing champ back in the turn of the century, turn of the 20th century, 19-teens, I think, 20s. But Mr. Johnson should have been pardoned. I mean, hell, going back to Roosevelt or something. You know, every president since Hoover or whatever. I don't know the presidents that far back, but you know, I mean, hell, everybody since FDR could have pardoned this fella, and they didn't, but Trump did. Now, Jack Johnson, his offense was violation of the White Slave Traffic Act. Seriously. What he done is he took a woman across state lines. I mean, he should have never been arrested to begin with, but I'm glad Trump, you know, for his family's sake, pardon this fella. Now, his sentence was 1 year and a day imprisonment. You just got to kick in an extra day and $1,000 fine. Now, I totally agree. Trump should have pardoned this. Hell, I think whatever. Everybody since FDR should have pardoned this fella. Well, he shouldn't have been arrested from the get-go. Now, the final person Trump done pardon here is Dinesh D'Souza. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or not at all. Now, I don't know nothing about this fella at all. His offense was campaign contribution fraud. Now, I don't know nothing about him, but I do know that old Rosie O'Donnell, I think she did some campaign fraud and giving money. I don't know if it's the same thing or not. I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that, so I don't know if he should be out or not, but whatever. But his sentence was 5 years probation, conditional on 8 months community service, confinement, and the performance of 1 full day per week of community service. I don't know what the hell any of that means, y'all. Psst, get down from there. Cat. So anyway, the reason I'm even making this video is because, you know, we can see that Trump does pardon folks. Some of them we agree with, some of them we don't. Okay? Fair enough. But there's this fella, his name is Matthew Charles, and I made a video about this before. Okay? This fella, back in the 90s, he sold some crack to an undercover cop or something like that, an informant. And this fella did 21 years in prison, okay? 21 years. He was sentenced to 35 years in prison. He did 21 years. But Obama came along and gave clemency, I think, to these nonviolent drug offenders. So you said, y'all done enough time, we're good. Cool. I'm totally against the drug war, y'all. But come to find out, the court done made a mistake. So Mr. Matthews, or Mr. Charles, I should say, Matthew Charles, was out of prison for 2 years. And the government come along and say, oh, we done made a mistake. You got to go back for the rest of your time. Okay, during this 2 years that Mr. Charles was out of prison, he done got a job, got his own place, got a girlfriend, reconnected with his family. He was volunteering on weekends at a church or something like that. This fella is totally rehabilitated. He's not a threat to the community at all. He's an asset to the community. And this fella does not need to be in prison. And it hurts my soul that this fella's got to do the rest of his time. Especially he was out for 2 years. He done 21 years. That's plenty. He done enough time. Anyway, it hurts my soul, y'all. I want to see this fella released. So I'm going to leave some links about his story down there. The number to call, the pardon people, and the email for these people. I mean, we need to free Matthew Charles, y'all. I'm serious. Anyway, y'all, this story just hurts my soul. So my name is Ben. I'm a hillbilly. I'm a redneck. I'm a Buddhist. And I love everyone. I love you. Peace.